Hey guys, this is Aventis, and in today's video I thought of talking about inspiration and stuff out here in the garden. So, roll the intro. I'm just out here. Like last week, it was the only sound you could hear were the birds. I think you can hear them. But oh god, there's a car. So yeah, the neighbors are all listening to the goddamn radio, so I try to find a spot where, it's only cars here, or maybe you can faintly hear it in the background. But anyway, inspiration. Every other inspiration video, I hear artists talk about, how you should fill your visual library, and in order to do that you should consume movies or go travel and stuff. And every time I'm like, it's okay, I understand, but I hate to travel. I never wanted to travel. Instead, what my main inspiration, there's a dog, my main inspiration source for years was video games. I don't know how I will cut the video, but you may hear my mom plowing the strawberries, but and there's construction work. Anyway, so yeah, I really like watching video gameplay while I'm drawing, or listening to music. Sometimes it depends. But yeah, I think ever since I was drawing, my main source of inspiration was video games. And the coolest thing about video games is that it doesn't just give you an experience that could be inspiring, but also every video game has its own unique developed visuals. And so I'm kind of thinking that even if it condensed or selected in a way that it should fit a theme, if you look at the reference for some video games, or for example just one video game, let's take Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, for example. From that game I think I learned more about Japanese culture in general than I don't know, watching anime or whatever. Or there's a bird. You can learn a lot from anime as well. But you see, when I'm trying to expand my visual library and make sketches and stuff, the thing is that just looking at pictures and drawing them sometimes can be really boring. But if I just get some pictures from a video game like Sekiro, then I'm much more interested, and basically they have the same visual stuff involved, construction work. Yeah, so another thing that I hear, games are managed to be my main source of inspiration, because I'm watching for example Mr. Fruit, but a bunch of streamers or video game YouTubers, and literally every day they put out videos on different games, and different games have different visuals, different story, different feeling, different everything. And so I think I just get a lot of ideas in my brain. A lot of artists say how to get inspiration is to go on a walk. I think that is kind of why I'm here in the garden. To me, walks are the same as kind of gardening, or any sort of monotonous physical labor. Is that you are just doing it and your mind is wandering, or thinking about anything else that is either you are nervous about, or you find interesting, or anything. And so I want to share this this one thing that happened to me here in the garden. It was, I don't know what time it was, but I was picking the peaches. You know, it's you're just standing there picking it. The branches are pretty low, and you're just putting it in a basket or box or something. And like while I was doing that, my mind, of course, was somewhere completely else. I was thinking, how do elves manage agriculture? Like, they don't, I never really see them portrayed as they have to eat, but in the Lord of the Rings I don't really recall them, you know, plowing the corpse, the plants, or like, I think a very elvish thing to do is just picking fruit, because literally that's like zero work. Like plowing or something. And so yeah, I don't think in The Witcher they do anything else. They just pretty much kill to get food. Like I think the first or second book or somewhere. No, third, whatever. Yeah, how else can you find inspiration? You know, it's a strange thing, because maybe I'm just wired differently than other people, but the thing is that I always have ideas. Maybe they are bad ideas, but I have some ideas, and so at least I have, I think, few weeks long phases or something, or it very much depends, when I just have this phase when I have a lot of ideas, and I think that is when I come up with new drawings, and like I fill pages in my sketchbook and everything. And in order to, you know, kind of save those ideas and to keep working or keep my artistic, you know, flow when I'm not in that phase, is that in this phase I make a lot of sketches and unfinished work, and I wait, and after it's like gone, in the next phase when I don't know, I don't have that many ideas, is when I finish them or I develop them or something. But yeah, you see, the thing is that anything can serve as like a source of inspiration. Like right now I think I'm in a corner with a bunch of bushes and trees. I think cherries will grow on them because they are like they have flowers everywhere, and like, I don't know, just this one little flower, I think it would look cool on like a dryad character or something, or to make a dryad character based on the flower's design. And I don't know, I think why people also recommend like walking and whatever is that, you know, nature can produce like very interesting forms and shapes and just things in general. And yeah, another great source of inspiration are books. I always feel funny when people say that they don't read, because I'm like, then what are you doing? Like, literally, that's the best thing you can do. You can collect books, you can read them, you can smell them. They are also kind of inspiring, or at least they will just provide you some real nice experiences. I guess now is the time where I just broke a branch. It was very dry. So I guess now is the time when I can just go on and recommend books, I guess. So there's Tolkien, like, it's base, like a classic. It's great. I mostly read fantasy, by the way, if you couldn't tell by now. Yeah, there is the Witcher books or series that is also pretty cool. It is, I recently discovered, by the aid of a friend or the recommendation of a friend, Victoria Schwab. like all of her books, like from the young adult to the whatever books, they are great. They have some really interesting topics and characters and whatever. I don't know. Michael J. Sullivan also has a pretty cool book series. It's about like two, like a thief and a mercenary guy. I really like it. There are also like another classic is like oh, what's the guy's name? He wrote the Drift series. Like classic literature is also a thing I really like. And I guess just if you read some classic literature, like you will realize that everything else is just based on that. Alright, and so I guess the takeaway of this whole video is that, you know, you should just find the stuff you are interested in and like consume it without an end. Also because it's, you know, the current quarantine time and whatever. You don't. What I feel like is that I even get to get out of the house less than before, which is like I thought it was impossible, but what it made me realize a bit is that working out or just coming out to the nature every once in a while just really helps, you know, to clean out your mind and to and work out. Like working out daily is a thing, you know, it gets your blood flowing and everything. And so also I don't really have the time to play a lot, but as I think by the time this video goes up, my Neverwinter video will be up as well. So yeah, Neverwinter is a game I played. So, you know, your brain is pretty much your organ that needs the most blood, the most oxygen, the most sugar, the most everything. So working out daily, I guess, is just good for it. Also, if you work out daily, I heard it from a lot of others as well, you kind of learn that you should do the same with drawing. Draw every day. And after a while, you will kind of find the interesting parts in like kind of before meaningless things, like just sketching to study how a bear looks like, for example. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of days, because guess what? I have a comic where there are bears, because I like bears, but I had no idea how to draw them, so I just sat down and draw a bunch of them. So yeah, I hope this video will turn out somewhat okay, because oh god, I will have to cut a lot of it out because of all these car noises and like, oh my god, like neighbor noises and whatever. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.